Yo, it's your boy, Mr. Almighty Lewis, back at you with another video. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Alright, so today's video is gonna be focused on, the current times, the coronavirus is taking over the world. And so I wanted to make a video expressing my support to the introverted community because it's in these times when introverts will have the opportunity to rise, because you see most people are being asked to stay home. There's this social distancing. There's no more crowded events. There's none of that stuff. And I think it's fucking awesome and it's fucking cool, that we have this, finally, because I am an introvert. I never really enjoyed being around massive crowds and, being in like circles and stuff like that. I'm pretty well reserved, pretty well kept. And as soon as, this happened and we were all asked to isolate ourselves and sort of stay within ourselves and not associate ourselves with other people and keep that 6 feet apart, I was like, yes, I'm all in. When they canceled all these big events and parties and all this stuff, I'm like, yes, I'm all in. Because I never liked those things anyway. All right, so if so if you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification icon so that you're able to get more videos like these. And if you're watching this on Instagram, make sure you follow me, and there will be a link in my bio so you guys can go ahead and check out my YouTube channel if that's what you want to do. Anyway, so this video is about the rise of the introverts. All right, so this is a video specifically for my introverted community. All right, so us introverts, we just naturally don't enjoy being around people. We don't. We have trouble, just interacting with people, and it's not actually, I wouldn't even say that we have trouble. It's just that we just don't feel motivated enough to talk to people, and that's perfectly fine. If you're an introverted person right now who doesn't really feel motivated to go out and socialize and talk to people and be just a social individual altogether and stuff, I think that's perfectly fine, man. There's something called targeted social interactions, which means that all social interactions should have a purpose, and that's pretty much how I operate by. Like right now, I'm being a little bit more on the social side. I'm making this video for you guys. I'm being more expressive, but it's targeted. The reason why I am, I have this energy, and the reason why I'm being this social is because I'm delivering content for you guys, but normally, if you see me out in the streets or you see me here at work, I'm pretty chill, and for the most part, I'm just quiet. I'm just focused on my work, and I'm really in the zone, and that's really part of being an introvert, that you're able to get into the zone and you don't really need anybody, you don't need nobody to be around you. You don't need nobody to be pushing you around. You don't need nobody to call and be like, hey man, like I'm feeling down, man, like can you give me some motivation, man? We don't need that bullshit, man. That's some bullshit right there. Introverts have this in them to really rise to the occasion when the occasion calls for it, really. And here's the thing, like if you're an introverted person and you still haven't realized this, I want you to realize this right now. You have this in you to just go out there and make this shit happen, and you don't need nobody. So the reason why I say it's the rise of the introverts is because of what I said previously. Like there's a lot of the social gatherings aren't allowed right now, and a lot of just social activities are just really not allowed anymore. And so here's the thing, like probably extroverts are the ones who are really having a crucial time right now, and they're struggling because they're used to just having so many people around them, They're probably constantly calling people like, hey man, how you doing, man? How you doing? This shit, and shit, But like introverts, you guys have it right now. You guys have it perfect right now because introverts are extremely unaffected by the times right now. We're actually like on the opposite side, we're like, damn, finally somebody, unfortunately it was a virus, but like Finally, something, caused the break of the social spectrum, and now we can all operate individually. And so I think everybody's individual sense of really their personality, their character is being tested right now to an individual level, because probably before this, a lot of people were so dependent on other people. You were so like, oh, I like to do things with my friends. I like to do things with my family. I like to do things with my girlfriend, with my boyfriend and stuff. And now, like, yeah, now I can't do that because I gotta isolate at home, or I gotta keep my distance from other people who are not my family and stuff like that, and all this shit, and you're probably fucked. If you were that type of person, because now you're like struggling, like I can't meet up with my people anymore, but introverts, you were probably good on your own anyway. So like, this is your time to rise. This is your time to shine. Just like I've been doing, man. I've never felt any better. As soon as this thing started, I was like, I embraced it completely, and I was like, man, this is my thing. This is my turn. This is my arena. Yes. And so I embraced it and I took that shit. And now I'm feeling better than ever, because like I said, I don't need nobody pushing me. I don't need nobody praising me. I don't need nobody telling me what to do, because introverts have that in them. Like I said, you gotta own your power, As an introvert, you have the ability to think for yourself. You have the ability to motivate yourself. You have the ability to focus so much on something that you can create greater things than most extroverts do, because most extroverts, all they do is talk, all they do is yappy, 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 they like to talk to one another, yeah, and so, and, and like, you as an introvert, you don't need that. Like, you don't need nobody freaking talking to you to your ear and all that shit. You don't need to be conversing with somebody else in order to manage your emotions. Because as an introvert, you have control of your emotions. You're able to manage those emotions because, like I said, you're not dependent on anybody, and most likely, you're not motivated to seek anybody anyway. So you're more motivated internally, so you're more motivated to really deal with your things on your own, so you're probably used to that already. Of course, this is given the fact that you've embraced your introversion, because like I said, before all this started, a lot of people like to step on introverts, and I hate that shit. I actually like to be the voice of the introverts. Extroverts think that, just because there's this person is shy, this person is quiet, this person is doesn't want to talk, this person is this and that and everything, like, you're a bad person, because you can't talk, you can't express yourself and all this shit, like, no, man, like, no. The thing is that that's not your strength to begin with. Extroverts are pounding on a weakness that, to them, it's their strength. Their strength is to converse with people, to connect, to be able to bond with the other person a whole lot better. But for us introverts, that's not our strength. Our strength is actually to look inward and to be able to be really expand who we really are to the core and bring that out. As opposed to most extroverts, like I said, they're more on the outside. Excuse me. But yeah. So like, it's the rise of the introverts, So if you're an introverted person, I want you to feel right now that you got some power. You got some power. Yeah. You got some power right now, man. That's right. Whether you're a guy or a girl, you got power. You're a genius. You can get through this without the need of anybody else. Like, seriously, like, we could probably give you a couple things, a couple electronics, couple things, whatever you need, paper, resources, and you'll be just fine. You don't need nobody. They can put you in a room by yourself. As long as you have your resources, you got food, you got water, you got shelter, you got all the supplies that you need in order to create some stuff, you'll be good. You'll be good. I just, oh my God. I felt great to finally take a break from all these relationships, from finally take a break from having to be social all the time, having to have that pressure on, Not that I minded it, because I'm of course, I'm working to become a more social person, not an extrovert, but more, socially active. But I mean, you know, they're separating us, they're isolating us. I don't mind that. Put me in a freaking isolation place, man. Of course, under under my own will. I don't obviously I don't want to be kidnapped or something like that. That'll be horrible. But under my own will, for sure. I'll go and I'll spend some time on myself. Send me to the damn woods or something. I don't care. I'll make it. I'll make it through, man. Because I'm an introvert. I don't need people. What I need is other things. I need to be able to create stuff, and that's part of the introverted mind. The reason why you're not able to be so social is because your strength relies on inner strength, inner power, inner genius, inner intellect. If you realize right now, if you just go online and you look up all these geniuses, all the people who created some amazing stuff, like Nikola Tesla, like who are the other guys, man? It's early in the morning. I haven't even had coffee. I can't even think that well. But, just look up all these smart people who created some really cool, genius inventions. And take a look. If you take a look at their life, you'll realize that most of them were introverts. Except for Steve Jobs. But, and by the way, Steve Jobs is one of my biggest fans. I love Steve Jobs. But just look it up, man. Look it up. Look it up for yourself. Most geniuses who have created stuff, they're introverts. And here's the thing. It wasn't even like, now take that example from Steve Jobs, actually, because Steve Jobs was only the face of Apple. He wasn't the genius behind the creation of the actual Mac. He didn't create it. It was his engineers and Steve Wozniak. And Steve Wozniak was not an extrovert. He was an introvert. But because he was an introvert, he was able to create all the mechanics behind the Apple computer. And so you see, you got to realize that. At the end, sure, the extroverts are the ones who get all the praise and stuff. And the reason why I'm even, wanting to even learn how to be more social and stuff like that is because I want to be credited. I want to be recognized for the work that I do, because most introverts are geniuses and they create genius inventions, but they never ever get credited. It's always the person, the face of the product, the face of the service who gets credited, and mostly the face of those products and services are usually extroverted people, because they're able to communicate really well with an audience. They're able to hook an audience, and they're the ones out there, giving the speeches. They're the ones talking for the face of the company. They're the CEOs and stuff like that. And so, they're the ones who get all the credit, all the praise and stuff. And so, yeah, this is the rise of the introverts, all right? So embrace it. Be with it. You got this. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You are a genius. You have what it takes. Now go and be an go out there and be an introvert, all right? Be an introvert and embrace it and do it to the max, and be proud of being an introvert, because you can be on your own. This is the best time right now for an introvert to really stand his ground and be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Ain't no virus gonna destroy my life, and I can do this on my own. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you're an introvert, please leave it down in the comment section below and show me your support. Let's build this community together, right? And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notification icon. And yeah, and if you're on Instagram, make sure you follow me, and there will be a link in my bio, like I said, so you guys can go ahead and check out my YouTube channel here. And yeah, there will be some videos around here, so you guys can go ahead and watch more of my content. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys in the next video.